dive right into it. So with issue 4 we get our lilac oxide. It's a nice technical paint, especially good for further gryphs and also ghosties. And then we have our Glaivewraith Stalkers. So like all the other models, they have their incredible detail, and these bases are amazing as well. Also like the fact that it comes with a musician as well, a little drummer, which you'll find out actually gives it special rules later on. So Mortal Realms, $7.99. It comes with a bigger mat, so we know we're going to be playing something a bit more dramatic later on. Glaivewraith Stalkers, exploring the mortal realms and painting with lilac oxide. Let's just have a quick look at this, because, and I'll put a picture on the screen in a minute. That's pretty cool. Two completely different maps on there. So you have, you know, that sort of style, and then on the reverse you get a more tomb style, and it's got like positions to place your troops and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Alright, can't wait to play on that now. So let's have a look in these pages. And I wonder if these are as brittle as the other issue. No, it seems more robust. Cool, so there's our index and a little intro there from the editor. And we dive straight in to the Glaivewraith Stalkers. Now I do like these expedition logs, and I will do some of them together with like some dramatic music or whatever, because I think they make a nice little mini story. But last issue didn't have that. So yeah, let's get on with Glaivewraith Stalkers. Glaivewraith Stalkers prowl the realms in packs, seeking prey to hunt. Once their target is chosen, the pursuit begins. It will not end until their blades are buried in the heart of their victim. So they're very twisted looking, they're very like really just tortured souls. They used to love hunting innocent people, as well as, you know, just hunting in general. And Nagash has got like a really sick sense of justice, so he will sort of bring up the worst aspects of someone in death from their life and twist them into an image of it. So we've got a bit more on what they do and how nasty they are, and then we have spectral hunters. So you got Winsome Virm. In the distant past, Winsome Virm, is it Virm or Virm? Who knows? Was a powerful warlord. He was handsome and charming, traits that masked his true cruelty. After each battle, he pursued his fleeing enemies, hunting them for sport. His crimes eventually caught up with him when he was slain in battle, but still his punishment was not complete. Virm has been twisted into a Glaivewraith Stalker, forever cursed to hunt down Nagash's enemies. So yeah, very sick, twisted sense of justice there. You also got another one here, they're giving them a name just for you know, narrative effect. And then of course you got a nice little bit down here, this little folk song from the Morphavian. The Glaivewraith child is on your trail. His eyes aflame with bitter wrath. Through darkest night and fiercest gale, his Glaivewraith stays fixed upon your path. You may try to hide or flee, but old Bones cares not. All are caught eventually, and in forgotten graves they rot. Nice! I love the natives of Shaish. They really are optimistic folk. So yeah, there's a bit more on that. It's saying about how they're used in the Vanguard. They're quite common as well. So they're very good for just throwing out in front, hunting down certain targets, causing fear and mayhem. So yeah, got that. And then we got another bit on the Stormcast Eternals, the Sacrosanct Chambers. So the Sacrosanct Chambers are responsible for controlling and deploying the Stormhost's magical powers. Its warriors wield the storm energy of Azir, whether through their weapons or thanks to years of training as a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. A wizard of Sigma. They all created from souls of those who wield powerful magic in life. So, you know, wizards, mages, priests, whoever, they would have been drafted in and trained up in the Sacrosanct's chamber. So yeah, again, got a bit more information on them there. And then we got a breakdown of the Sacrosanct chamber. So you have a Lord Arcanum, you get a Lord Exorcist, 1 to 3 Lords, 3 to 9 Knights. You have the Corpuscent Conclave. I think that's right. Evocators, 6 retinues. Redeemer Conclave. Sequitors, 6 retinues. Justicar Conclave. Castigators, 3 retinues. Ordinatus Conclave. Sacristans, 3 retinues. Oh, it's the little engineer dudes. Okay. So yeah, and then you got your little breakdown here. So Lord Arcanum are, like, you know, really deadly magic wielders. Lord Exorcists sort of help banish demons of chaos, and the Nighthaunt, you know, nasty ghosties. Lord Ordinator is a really good engineer. Knight Incantor is again another powerful mage. Evocators, they are powerful mages as well, but it's sort of a step down from a Knight Incantor. Sequitors are foot soldiers essentially, but you know, they have some magical war gear. Castigators go around shooting exploding mace to help destroy demons and spirits. And a Sacristan engineer, again, they help run the artillery pieces and war machines. So yeah, cool. The realms, the Necroquake. Okay, so quick breakdown of this. So I mean, you know, if you haven't been keeping up with Age of Sigma the last year or so, then oh well, you've had your time. Spoilers alert, they go out the window right now. So the Necroquake is essentially the end result of a massive ritual that Nagash was working really hard on. He had sent out this endless army of, it's like a queue even, of skeletons that went to a certain place in Shaiish to pick up 1 grain of sand and travel all the way back to this nexus in the middle of Shaiish, where all of the power was pooling for the dark, for the death magic, and those grains of sand were then made into blocks, and his pyramid was built. And at the culmination of his ritual, it all went to pot because, well, those pesky ratmen, the Skaven, they somehow found their way into it accidentally and disrupted the ritual. Now, it didn't go completely to plan. It actually went to pot, and magic went rampant. So you ended up with malign sorcery as an expansion with all the roaming spells and everything, and you also had hordes of undead, and well, not undead, but you had hordes of Nighthaunt ghosties just raising up everywhere and causing havoc and killing and maiming and being a real angry ghosties. So Nagash was like, fuck it, that'll do. So he started organising them into a force, and he raised a new Mortarch to help be the general for them. And then a bit of his place in the realm of death, Negashiza, is like where he likes to hang out, and Nagash chose this site as the place to build his great black pyramid, hiding construction as best he could within the blasted ruins of his fallen bastion. So yeah, that was why he got one skeleton to pick up one grain of sand each, because time doesn't mean anything to him. He's a god of undeath, but yeah, it was just to keep low profile really, and it worked, kind of, almost. So yeah, the Necroquake is the aftermath of all of that, and there's that bit on the pesky Skaven. And then we have Azir, Realm of Heavens. So this is the realm that all the Stormcast come from, and where all the forces of Order retreated to in order to stay safe while the Age of Chaos ran rampant. So it remained largely untouched by Chaos, and once they had gathered themselves, they cleared the entire realm of any resistance, and yeah, they used it as a staging post once they fully built the Stormcast Storm Hosts. Okay, so a little bit here. The Sigmarabulum, whatever you want to say, Sigmarabulum. This is a ring that surrounds Malus. It is home to the Vault Celestial and the Anvil of Apotheosis, where the Stormcast Eternals are created. It now rings with the hammers of a legion of warsmiths who create not only Sigmarite weapons and armor, but the warriors who wield them. Malus, it was to Malus the metallic core of the world that Sigmar clung when his former home was destroyed. The great Drake Dracothian carried Malus to the mortal realms. He placed a metallic sphere above Azir and deposited Sigmar in the realm. The Sigmarite used to arm and armor the Stormcast Eternals is now mined from Malus's surface. So making good use of that. And Sigmaron. Sigmar's palace is suspended high above the realm of Azir. From the highest spire of this impressive structure, it is possible to look down upon all of Azir, as well as being home to Sigmar. The Sigmaron also houses the Grand Library of Sigmaron, which contains the vast archives of knowledge collected by Sigmar in his travels across the mortal realms. So there really is a beacon of hope and light and awesomeness. And then, of course, he's got a bit there about how Sigmar had to just decide to close the doors when they were getting their butts handed to them, when Chaos was really winning, and then he led a massive purge of Azir to make sure that no Chaos followers were in there. So a lot of people died, but hey, they stay safe. Right, how to build your Glaivewraith Stalkers. So it's a little bit there. There's optional pieces will be marked out in this guide. So you can have 4 dudes with the glaives, or you can have 3 dudes with glaives and 1 with the drum. So there you have it. Looks pretty cool. And that's the one that you swap out. And then we go on to the Nighthaunt Hunter paint. So again, shaky and all that nonsense. Nylock oxide is very thin because it's meant to purple into the recesses. Not too much like a shade. It's a little bit thicker, and you have to be careful when you're painting it because you can leave streaks. So you don't want to put it on too thickly. You just want to get a nice even coat and then leave it. Don't keep adding to it because then you'll start getting those blobs and streaks and everything. So yeah, you'll need your Corex white, your Nylon oxide, and then of course you paint up these chaps, doing several thin coats or using a spray if you've got it, and then painting everything in Nylon oxide. And with that, I mean, they look quite good as is. I mean, you could just pick out one or two spot colours, you know, just to break up the overall effect, but then paint up the bases and they'd be good to go like that. But yeah, there's going to be plenty more to do to those. From Crypt and Barrow, something wicked stirs. Anastasia, Starstrike and her fellow Stormcast Eternals have survived several waves of attack from the Nighthaunt Geists. Wounded and outnumbered, she has ordered a retreat. Unfortunately, the Nighthaunt have other plans. Out of the mist and fog drift yet more Geists. Now the attackers are twisted horse-like spirits. Their wicked glaives shine and their hollow eyes sockets glow with hatred. So there's your little narrative bit there, and the Glaivewraith ambush. So you get to play on a bigger map, which is really cool. Gives you more space to move around. You're going to be learning about movement, so you need that space. Movement, of course, is the first part of a turn. You need to do your charges, your moving, and that sort of thing before you can do anything else. So it gives you information on that, how to measure from the front of the base to the front of the base, and you got your turn sequence there as well, so they can move if they want, or they can just stand back and shoot. It's up to them. Again, the mat isn't big enough for them to need to measure how far they're shooting. And then you move on to the Glaivewraith attack. So you do your move, you do your piling, you do your combat, and that's it. And then we got the war scrolls here, so you can play all of them together if you want. I mean, I'd say you've got enough space on the mat, go for it. It'd be really interesting to see how that goes. You'd be vastly outnumbered as the Stormcast Eternals, so maybe just take 2 units of these rather than all 3. But yeah, it could be a really good game. Right, so it's Andrea Swordbolt in issue 5, the exclusive model, and you learn about Knights in Cantor, and then issue 6, the Thorns of the Briar Queen. So that's from the Warhammer Underworld's Nightvault box, which, you know, I never really got into Underworld because I've got too much going on, but it looks like a good game. So yeah, full of character, so this is going to be great fun to paint up. So we will go into that and we discover the city of Shadespire. So there we go, that's that. It's good to know this one actually holds together. It'll be easier to read it later in more detail. So let me know what you think. Please do remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notifications for more videos, and links everywhere to support the channel in any way you can. And also make sure you check out the Chilling Wargamers website, where we've got awesome merch and awesome articles from all of us creators. So go check that out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.